Hello there! It's time for another one of my reviews. Now, I wanted to be reviewing the new Space Batman Lego set, you know, the one that has Batman in his new spacesuit, and Green Lantern and Sinestro, and there's a cool little fighter and all those kind of things. But, unfortunately, nowhere I've gone for the past couple of days has it. They're completely sold out, or they haven't gotten it in yet. I know, it's astonishing. Who would have thought that a set that has Batman, Green Lantern, and Sinestro in it for only $20 would be popular and sell out quickly? It's just a mystery to me. Anyway, I wanted something to review still, so I bought something in roughly the same price range. Lego Star Wars Rebels, Ezra's speeder bike. Now, I'm going to confess something here. I have not watched Star Wars Rebels. I don't have cable anymore, so I can't watch it. Well, I mean, I could watch it on another system, but, you know, or something like that, but I'm not going to because, quite frankly, I'm too busy for stuff like that. But anyway, this one actually vaguely interested me. I don't quite know why it interested me, but of the various Star Wars sets that are A, available, and B, well, available, I mean, after all, if you've been an adult Star Wars fan looking for the new TIE Advanced Prototype, you've probably not been able to find it unless you got extremely lucky because of how popular it is. I have been unable to find it as well, but then again, I don't really want that one. It's $40 for a set I already have, basically. I made a few modifications to my TIE Fighter a while back. Anyway, not important for this conversation. So this one grabbed my interest. You know, it's only $20 for this set, and I didn't really want the Ghost, or the Phantom, or the Wookiee gunship, or anything like that. I just wanted something small, cheap, and simple, and so I bought this. So, let's see. Star Wars Rebels. Again, I don't know anything about it, but this looks vaguely interesting. Let's see what we've got in this kit. Let's see. It comes with two speeder bikes, one for Ezra Bridger and the other for Stormtrooper, and it comes with a third character who I'm going to, well, hopefully pronounce correctly, is Sabine Wren. If I mispronounce it, I'm sure someone will tell me how to pronounce it correctly. And on the back, let's see what's there. Little mini comic thing showing off the characters moving around and fighting and stuff like that. Little advertisement there, showing off the cool little blaster feature. And the fact that the front extends for some reason, not sure why it does that, I guess for maneuverability, and of course, the most important thing, the Disney logo. Ah yes, Star Wars and Disney. Hopefully, two great tastes that taste great together. Anyway, let's quickly see what's inside the box, shall we? Lego, unsurprisingly. Let's see, we have one bag, two bag. I may be psychic, but I would imagine that this is one speeder and this is the other speeder. We'll find out soon enough. Put those to one side, and here we have the stickers. I hate stickers sometimes. As many Lego fans know, you've had to deal with stickers, you know, on and off over the years, but recently Lego's been doing a lot more stickers in place of, well, printed parts. And, you know, I kind of understand why they do it. It's cheaper for them, and it means that they can, you know, include more decorated parts because we're going to do the work ourselves. But at the same time, it's a little bit annoying because it's so easy to screw it up and get it wrong, and then your set looks terrible because you're not able to fix it. And, of course, an instruction manual that has the same picture on the front as it does on the box. And I can win! Oh my god, isn't it wonderful? Anyway, I'm going to put this together, and then I'll be back in a short bit. See you soon, right after the jump cut, in fact. Jump cut! Yes! I'm back now, and I finished building it. Not bad. Let's see. So, it comes with, of course, as you saw in the front of the box, two speeders, one for Ezra here and the other for the Stormtrooper. I wonder which one belongs to which. It's impossible to tell. Let's have a quick look at the minifigures. First of all, let's look at the Stormtrooper here. Yeah, usual Stormtrooper. This is the new printing, incidentally, for the Clone Wars one, the major difference being that this is now blue instead of gray. A lot of people have complained about it. I don't particularly care that much. Looks pretty good, and a lot more color than I'm used to, actually, on a Stormtrooper helmet, oddly enough. I'm kind of used to the older sets where it's just pure black and there's no extra gray or details. Very nice, and down on the inside he has the usual grimacing Stormtrooper face because he's a bad guy, so he's always angry. You can go right back there. And we'll also take a quick peek at your little speeder, which is great. It's a nice little thing. They're all identical. You sit right there. And we'll put your gun there, because I presume that's exactly where it's supposed to go. And then I'm going to put you back over there so that we can look at the other two characters. This one is Sabine, I believe. Yeah, Sabine. You know, I don't know her backstory, but I'm going to guess that she is A, kick-ass awesome role model for the girls, and B, a Mandalorian. How can I tell she's the former? Because she's dual-wielding freaking machine guns. How can I tell she's the latter? Because she has the Mandalorian-style armor. All sarcasm aside, she's not bad. Nice printing on the chest plate. It actually looks really nice. There's a bit of metallic there. Nice printing on the knee pads, actually, the damaged knee pads on her legs. A little printing on the back there. Her hair, incidentally, is dark blue with a little bit of orange in it. That's kind of cool. And the Lego machine pistols, that we don't really see them using all that much. And actually a little bit odd that she'd be using it in this set, since, well, Star Wars has the little Lego blasters that they've been using for quite a while now. They could have just given her 2 of those, but instead they gave her these. I don't quite know why, but I don't care, because it looks nice. And then let's check out... Stand, damn you. Our hero, I presume, Ezra. Now, Ezra has a lightsaber. It is not a normal one. Ezra's lightsaber in the show is a combination of like a little blaster pistol and a proper lightsaber, which, I don't know what other people have said about that, but to me that just kind of feels a little bit at odd with the whole, you know, an elegant weapon of a more civilized age that Obi-Wan was preaching in Episode 4, but, whatever, you know, he's a Jedi in training, I guess. I mean, he's the main character of a show in Star Wars. He has to be a Jedi in some way, shape, or form, or Force-talented anyway. Comes with his lightsaber, comes with a wrench. Honestly, from what I remember of his lightsaber, the blade is supposed to come from here, and then that front part would be the blaster, which is why they've given him the binocular instead of the regular lightsaber, which I think is fairly clever, especially since they've already had to make at least 1 or 2 completely new pieces for the Inquisitor in a different set, but I'm going to shift it into that blade right there so that he can more properly have the little blaster thing. And, of course, he has a 2-sided head. He has a more normal head, and he has a slightly inquisitive, curious head. So, you know what, I'm actually going to leave that on. It's just like he has no idea what's going on. I approve of that. And, so since this is Ezra's speeder, I'm going to position Ezra on his speeder so that we can see what he looks like. Now, put that like there, and then we're going to store that like so, and voila! Speeders. So, let's get to the speeders. What do I think about them? To be honest, they feel a little bit too bulky for my tastes. I kind of prefer the ones that we see more in Return of the Jedi and very briefly in Episode 3 that aren't very bulky. They don't have, you know, they're very lightweight and not much to them. These feel just a little bit too large, to be perfectly honest with you. Some nice snot building on the side, though, to fill out the details and stuff, and of course, lots of little stickers. We got one here, one there, and one there. And I'm just going to comment now aloud for the first time, I think. Yeah, it's kind of obvious that the Rebel symbol will, oopsies, I'm gonna recenter that. The Rebel symbol will mutate into the actual Rebel Alliance symbol over the course of the show. At least, I presume that's what's going to happen. 2 interesting things about this. One is that for some reason, the front flaps do that. I don't know why they do that. Presumably the show answers this question, but I don't know. Is it to make it more maneuverable? Is it to make it faster? Is it just so that it has a cool little action feature? I don't know. And another thing, a slightly naughty thing, he can't actually hold on to the controls. It's weird. I mean, the controls look fine, but it's like I can't lean him forward enough to really grab onto the controls, and that kind of bugs me. It also bugs me that the little blasters can't be aimed fully forward, but, well, it's the little proper little Star Wars blast launcher things that I really don't like and I don't get on with very well. The main reason being that they're just so big and bulky, and it's kind of feels like we're going back to the era of the, as I mentioned earlier, I think I mentioned earlier, pretty sure I did, the era of the old megaphone blasters that they used for a while. I'm just not a big fan of them because they've got the much nicer looking proper Star Wars blasters, and just not really a fan of these, and especially not a fan of how they, ping off a massive distance and fly across the room and then get lost forever. In fact, that's probably a really good reason as to why this set came with 5 extras of each color for each speeder. Each speeder already has 2 transparent studs for the blaster effects, but it comes with a total of 5 extras for each. Actually, you know what? Technically, 6 extras, since bag 1 came with an extra stud of its own. So, yeah, that gives me a thought that I will get back to after I've reviewed this little guy. And the Stormtrooper speeder is exactly the same as Ezra's speeder, except for the coloration and using a few less stickers. Now, I don't know why it does that. I don't really know why they've done that. I presume in show that Ezra, stole his speeder from the Stormtroopers and then repainted it into his colors or something along those lines. But, yeah, it's not that it's bad. I mean, my major complaints for the first one still stand. It's not a bad build, it just feels a little bit bulky to me. And again, the blasters, which of course fire evil red lasers now. Because in Star Wars, everything that fires red lasers is evil, unless it's an X-Wing or a Rebel fighter craft, in which case it fires red lasers, and the Empire fires green lasers. Who screwed that up, I have to wonder? Oh well. But the same spot that allows Ezra to store his lightsaber thingy allows you to store the gun, which I'm sure I'm storing incorrectly, and it looks kind of awkward. So I'm just going to try it like that. That works pretty well. So yeah, and in the back here we've got all the extra bits. And this here is part of the reason I actually don't get on well with the little launchers is they always give you the extras, the extra little launcher bits. And this one comes with 2. And I have, a whole bunch of these little things lying around in my drawers in various locations that will never be used because I don't lose these kind of parts. In fact, I don't use these kind of parts. So, essentially, I have these pieces that I cannot do anything with. And if you are someone like me who builds stuff out of Lego all the time, that's very annoying. Perhaps someone else has figured out how to do it. I haven't. I'm not that good of a builder. Anyway, let's see, I guess I should give my final thoughts. Actually, before I do that, something that occurred to me while I was building it. They gave you 2 identical speeders and they gave you a different pilot for each one, and how it's priced cheaply enough that I can totally see some little kids being able to afford this with their pocket money? Well, I'm wondering if this isn't designed for siblings to play with, because then each person gets their own speeder, and they can run around the room going, crashing them into each other and pinging the little studs off at each other, and then no one gets to complain, except of course someone gets to be the hero and someone gets to be the villain. I wonder if that's what's going on here. Or perhaps it's just so that they could have a set with 2 speeders in it without having to design 2 completely separate speeders, instead just going for different colors. So, final thoughts, finally, on this set. It's actually not a bad set. For $20, I don't really think you can complain too much. I mean, you kind of know what you're getting into with these sets. Again, the speeders are pretty good. It's nice. You got the main character here, who I think has only appeared in 1 other Star Wars Rebels set so far. And you also get this cool character, Sabine. And the speeders, again, are pretty fun, and they got the little blaster things. For an older fan of Star Wars, maybe not the most appropriate, but for a younger one, especially someone who loves Star Wars Rebels, this is actually probably a really good purchase for them. I keep knocking her over. I'm gonna start pretending that she might be like a distant relative of Rory Williams, and then every time she falls over, she dies again, and then I stand her up and she's alive again, and then, dead. Alive, dead. But yeah, for a younger fan of Star Wars Rebels who might not be able to afford, say, the Ghost or the Gunship or the TIE Advanced Prototype, that is, if they're able to find the TIE Advanced Prototype, this is a pretty good purchase, actually, and, it's fun. So, yeah, I'm gonna say that's not bad. Good job, LEGO. Now, am I going to keep these pieces, or am I going to keep these sets in one piece? I don't know. There really aren't that many pieces that I can use, and I mean, they make good, decent display pieces to kind of put on a shelf somewhere. I'll think about that as I go along. But anyway, damn it, Sabine, stop trying to do a combat roll. So anyway, that's my little mini review of Ezra's speeder bike. If you're an adult LEGO fan and not a particular fan of Star Wars Rebels, then don't buy this set. It's that simple. But if you're a younger fan, and what are you doing watching this video? If you are a younger fan, because I'm about to say the word fuck, and you totally should not be listening to language like that, then, well, this is probably a good set for you. And you're probably a fan of Ezra and will want pretty much any set that he's in, and this is a good set to have him in. So, yeah, not bad. That's a solid, this gets a solid not bad from me. Well, what else do you want? That's the best you're going to get from me on a set like this. If I had something cooler, like, say, the Space Batman set, or maybe the TIE Advanced Prototype, I might have more to say. And plus, this video is already like 20 minutes long at this point. So anyway, that's, I think that's enough for me for the night. So yeah, solid, not bad. Well then, tune in next time, when I'll have a different LEGO set to review, because it would be very weird if I reviewed the same set again.